Hello, viewers. Welcome back. So, first, let me wish you all a very happy Independence Day. This is part 8 of our series of session on the release 3.0 highlights, where we are covering the GST highlights. In this session today, we will learn a couple of tricks where you can manage for a common ledger. You can manage different GST rates, how you can manage instead of creating multiple ledgers. Like, for example, let's say you have repair and maintenance or office expenses or printing and stationery, where you might have different rate of GST. Now, instead of creating multiple ledger for each type of GST, we will see how we can use the features of GST module in Tally and manage this with single ledger. Let's go to Tally and explore this trick of multi GST for single ledger. Let us take a use case of a company where they purchase stationery items of different GST rates. If they are using these items for their business purposes, they are eligible to claim input tax credit. But they don't want to create multiple ledgers with respect to GST rates like stationery items at 12%, stationery items at 18%, stationery items at 28% and the likes. The question is, can we handle this requirement of this company with one single ledger as stationery items and capture the respective rates also? Yes, it is possible in TallyPrime 3.0. Let me demonstrate this requirement, how Tally handles in the product. Let me create a common ledger as stationery items. This will be under indirect expenses. Before continuing further, just to give you a sample list of stationery items with different rates. If you see here now on the screen, there are three different rates for stationery items. The first rate at 12%, if you see all types of ballpoint pens, roller ball pens, graph books, etc., will fall under 12% GST. The second one, fountain pens, boards, ink pads, registers, letter pads, notebooks will attract 18%. Third one, any nameplate, address plates of base metal, paper trays, pen trays, etc., is going to attract 28%. So now this is the requirement and we will see how we are going to handle this. Is GST applicable? Yes, GST is applicable. And now when we come down here, since these items will have different HSN code, we will have to now say that I will capture these HSN during the transaction. So how do we configure this? You don't see any option here during voucher entry. Just click on show more, and when you press enter, you have an option here saying specify in voucher. So we come down here and then say I want to specify the HSN of these items in the voucher. Similarly, this is the GST rate that is inherited from the company. Since we are going to have multiple items with multiple GST rate, again we will specify that we want to specify during the voucher entry. So click on more and select specify in the voucher. So you will now observe that no HSN information is inherited from the company. Similarly, the GST rate also has not inferred or inherited from the company level. So let me save this, enter, and we are now going to pass an entry. So in this case, we are not going to create any stock item. We will have to manage this different rate of GST through the ledger itself. Let me pass an entry. I will be demonstrating this feature through the purchase voucher. The reason is that we can see the auto calculation happening in the purchase voucher. Normally companies would account this in the journal or they would be directly making a payment entry. Just for us to understand how Tally calculates the tax, I am going to use the purchase voucher. Supplier invoice number, I'm going to take some random number, enter. The party name is, I'm going to select stationery supplier, enter. And now let's say we are going to buy stationery item of all three different rates. So first is, in case if you have the purchase invoice in the form of item invoice, then you have to come to the right hand side button bar and click on change mode and select accounting invoice, enter. So this way we can directly select the ledger during the entry. Select stationery item, and in case you want to capture the description of what item you are buying as a text information, you can always enable the additional description for your ledger master through F12 configure. So let me quickly show you that. So once you select stationery item, press F12 configure. Notice here there is this option called provide additional description for ledgers. So you're going to set this as yes. Once you do this as yes, now every time when you select the ledger master, Tally will open up for the description. Let's say we are going to buy this item is ballpoint pens. Enter. You can have multiple lines of description that you can capture. So I'm going to just press enter here. The amount is 1000. Enter. Now the GST subscreen is going to open. Since we had mentioned that we want to specify the rate of GST and the HSN during the voucher entry. So we are going to say specify detail here. You're going to say yes, and yes, it is taxable, and these items are taxable at 12% GST. Enter. Are we eligible for input tax credit? Yes, we are eligible for input tax credit. Now to capture the HSN, we are going to specify detail here again, and you can capture the HSN number, whatever is applicable. Enter. Now the second item that you are buying is, say you are buying registers or notebooks or accounting books. So we are going to select stationery again. Enter. This time we are going to say accounts registers. Enter. And let's say the amount of this is also 1000 rupees. So I'm going to say 1000. Enter. And we are going to specify the GST detail here. Enter. Taxable. This is going to attract 18%. Eligible for input tax? Yes. Specify the HSN code, whatever is applicable. Enter. And the third item that we are buying, stationery item, again this time we are going to buy some paper trays and pen trays. Enter. The amount again is say 1000. Enter. We are going to specify detail here. Taxable, they are taxable at 28%. Eligible? Yes. Specify HSN code, and now we are going to select the tax ledger. So we are going to say CGST. Enter. And Tally is automatically calculated the tax amount. So now the point is, has it calculated the tax amount based on the different rate of GST that we have specified? Yes, it is done. How do we see that? We will see now. So let's select SGST also. Enter. And it is automatically calculated. Now for us to analyze the tax breakup of these items, even though we had created one single common CGST ledger and SGST ledger, for you to see the tax analysis, on the right hand side button bar, you have this button called related reports. Click on related reports, and you have this option which says GST tax analysis. If you remember the keyboard shortcut, you can just press Alt A to view it. Select and enter, and this is the analysis. Now we want to see whether Tally is calculated as per the specified rate. All you need to do is view it in the detail format. So for you to view this information in the detail format, you have to press Alt F5. Now when you press Alt F5, this report gives you a clear indication of how Tally is calculated the GST rate based on what configuration or what setup you have done. So let's quickly see the first item. Stationery item, the source for GST rate detail is as per the voucher, which is what we had entered. And the source for HSN also we had entered in the voucher. So the purchase value is 1000 and the HSN code that we have specified here. And for this 1000 rupees, Tally is calculated at the rate of 6% each as we specified for the first item. Similarly, the second item, again it says the source is from the voucher, the amount was 1000, and this time on 1000 it is calculated at the rate of 9% for CGST and 9% for SGST. So we see this amount here 90/90, and in this case we saw 60/60. The third, again the source is as per the voucher, 1000 is the purchase value, and now this time it has to calculate at the rate of 14%. It is calculating at the rate of 14%, 140 each. Just press escape to come back to the main voucher, enter, and then you are going to accept this. This way, with single ledger we can handle multiple GST rate. It becomes much easier to have a trimmed down profit and loss account ledgers for your financial statement. You can use it for any kind of ledger. Important thing is the configuration you have to set it up, which we just now saw. I hope this simple trick would immensely help you in trimming your ledgers under P&L account, since we are going to have one single ledger, and also we are able to manage the GST compliance as per the requirement. So thank you all once again for staying till the end. See you all in the next session. Thank you very much.